but I mean, it's that damn Ottawa curse. The 1 year we tank properly, all defensemen in the draft. Unbelievable. Ottawa is the opposite of Edmonton in the draft lottery. Honestly, you're not wrong. Here we go, the NHL Entry Draft 2021-2022. We currently have the 3rd overall selection, and there is a ton to talk about. What the hell are we going to do? Well, the first thing we're not going to do is trade Jacob Bernard-Docker. Christopher says, do not trade Jacob Bernard-Docker. He had a great AHL season, and he would theoretically take Joe Morrow's spot. I agree with you. But this goes back to what I was talking about before with us having way too many NHL defensemen. We can pretty much kiss Joe Morrow goodbye. He's gone. He's not even listed here. He's so far down the sheet. He's gone. See you later. So it's Thomas Chabot, Samuel Girard, Lucas Hirsch, Johnny Tyconic. That's our top 4 as of right now. Now I am hoping that they grow, obviously. And then going into next year, it'll probably be Ryan Merkley and Glenn Sumal, which I don't know why he's not listed. Is he in the system? Is that it? There he is. So Glenn Sumal, there he is. He has to play in the NHL next year. So we have one too many NHL defensemen. Obviously, we have one of the youngest defensive cores in the league, so they will grow. But with this pick, there's a lot of chatter about potentially trading up to a few players. I think everyone was kind of over the entire Avery Fitzmaurice thing. Yeah, it happened. It sucked. He was the guy that we wanted. But you know what? Whatever. We'll go ahead. We'll move on. I think that ship has sailed. Avery Fitzmaurice, enjoy your time in Vancouver. But there's still a lot of question marks whether we potentially trade our pick in exchange for Grand Pierre. Now, if you go all the way to the Carolina Hurricanes, look at their center core. They got Jordan Staal, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Victor Rask, Martin Necas, who is actually upset. He's listed as a second liner, 23 years old. Ooh, this could be a guy. There was some people in my assistant GM group that were saying maybe go ahead and pull the trigger on Martin Necas. Is it Necas or Necas? I don't know. But there's a few different options here. Now, he's upset. I didn't even realize that. So his trade value is going to be really low. And obviously, Pascal Grandpierre. He's the guy who I originally wanted last year. So do we trade up and pick Webb, who is probably going to be 80 overall, 80 minimum for a first overall pick? Or we can go ahead and trade that pick to Carolina. There's just a few things, and honestly, I'm not really sure on what to do. There's a few different avenues here, and I really don't know what I'm going to do, and that's a little bit concerning going into the draft. But here we are, St. Louis. We're going to go ahead right away, and we have to make this happen right now because they're going to make the pick real quick, so we got to hurry up on this. If we want to get the first overall pick, what do we have to offer? Well, really quickly, I know we're going to offer them our first, which is obviously the 3rd overall pick, so they're dropping 2 spots in the draft. Again, we got to make this happen fast because they can go ahead and make the pick real quick. Carlson, we can part ways with him. I think we've all talked about that in the comments. He's gone. And then the next one that I want to potentially send their way is a defenseman, but I don't know if I want it to be Merkley. I want to hang on to Merkley. I want to hang on to all of our defensemen. Zacharias is a guy that we don't really have a spot for, but I would like to hang on to him. So we'll go ahead and send, oh god, we just need to boost up the trade value a little bit. So Malhotra, we can send you there. Carlson, Malhotra, I don't think that's going to go through. Trade rejected, obviously not. I got to give up something else here, but they could make the pick really quick. We don't have a lot of time here, so I think if we're going to get serious, we have to go ahead and throw Zacharias in this trade. He's a kind of the odd man out, unfortunately. I would like to hang on to him. He's a defensive defenseman. We have a ton of them. Bryson Zacharias going to hang out with Alex Pietrangelo and the St. Louis Blues for the 1st overall pick. Trade rejected. There's people in the comments saying all you need to do is trade these 3 players in order to get the 1st overall pick. Might not be that easy. What else can we add here? Anderson, I don't really want to add. He's a pretty decent piece. We don't really have any other prospect goalies. Oh man, the time is not on our side here. We can throw in the 47th from San Jose, so they get 2 picks in this draft. Well, I guess 1 when they get rid of their first. A former first-round pick in Zacharias and Carlson for the 1st. Trade rejected. It's gonna be rough, man, because I don't want to get rid of that pick. That's why it's so hard to do this. What about a second from 2023? All right, so 2 seconds, Carlson and Zacharias for the first. Trade reject. That's too far off, they said, so they're not even interested. Oh boy, this is gonna be rough. What can we add here? I don't want to trade Nylander, don't want to trade Brown, don't want to trade Radish. I mean, that's pretty much all of our trade value right there. But then you get into the conversation whether you can maybe trade a guy like Glenn Sumal, which I really don't want to do. Honestly, guys, I can't see this happening with what we've already offered. We've pretty much already offered everything that I wanted to offer. What if I gave them our first for next year? Oh, God, that's a lot to give up. We're down to 30 seconds here. Oh man, I don't want this to happen. What about 2 seconds? 2 seconds, Zacharias, Carlson, and our first trade reject. It's not sufficient at all. Guys, I really don't think this is going to happen. Plus, they don't want to get rid of it. They've already made the selection. Oh, God. Like, what would you guys have offered in that situation? What would have you done there? Because I felt like there wasn't really a whole lot we could have done, and they picked Webb, and he is 82 overall. So, damn. Oh boy, Grayson Webb. I was under the clock there, and I didn't feel like I panicked, but there wasn't a whole lot I could have done. I offered them a ton. I offered them a shitload. So let's go visit Carolina. They have the 9th overall pick. Let's see what we can do here. We could look at something like that. He could be a really good second line center for us. He's only 23. But Grand Pierre, I kind of want... So it looks like I'd have to add a bunch even to get Grand Pierre. So I'd probably have to pay, like, where is he? I'd probably have to pay like Zacharias or even Carlson. I don't really want to add in this kind of situation, but I mean, that might go through, Carlson and the 3rd for Grand Pierre. Now, Grand Pierre was the 3rd overall pick. Sorry, he was the 6th overall pick last year. He's the center playmaker that we definitely need. Had a little stint in the NHL, and then they sent him back down to junior, where he ripped it up, 39 points in 23 games. Let's try this. Let's see if this will go through. They don't want to get rid of Grand Pierre, and they don't want our 3rd, but they do seem to want Carlson. So will this go through for Grand Pierre? Trade rejected. This is difficult, guys. This is difficult. Holy. So it's now at our selection here. Looks like the New York Rangers went ahead and selected Jackson. They selected him number 2, 81 overall. So we're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. There you go. We're going to take as much time as we want. We got 4 timeouts here, and you get, I think, 5 minutes each. So we got a decent amount of time to figure out what the hell we want to do here. So there is nothing on the draft board that makes me happy whatsoever, because obviously we dropped out of the top 3. So Don Kadri is the best forward available. We don't need a winger. We need a center. And with that being said, the best center is at 22. So I think we don't really have an option but to trade this pick. I don't want a defenseman. I want a centerman, and I think we're going to have to trade the pick. I don't want any of these players on the board, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to try and make something work here with Carolina. I mean, looking at Grand Pierre, he kind of checks off all the boxes. Great discipline, great offensive awareness, pretty good defensive awareness, passing at 87. So if he's going to play with 2 guys that can score, I mean, this is kind of the perfect second line center for us. And then maybe something happens with Thomas Hertl, because he is unsigned. So if we could make something work here where we can still maybe get a first, but also acquire Grand Pierre. Now I still maybe want to keep a first. So if we give them Zachariah and Carlson and a first, that might... No, the trade value is still in their favor quite a bit. So if we add a second here... Now again, the concerning thing is they don't want to get rid of this pick, but they want Carlson and they want the second. So let's chip away at this. We got 4 minutes. I can always take a bunch of more timeouts. I can always take a ton more timeouts. Trade rejected. Okay, that's all good. I'm gonna have to get pretty crazy with this. This is gonna be a blockbuster trade. So what about this? Maybe we add a first from 2024. So not next year, but the year after. I'm hoping then we are a legitimate playoff team. Zacharias, who's a stud defensive prospect. And Carlson, pretty decent. He's what, up to 70 over? He's 65 overall, listed as an other forward. He's a second-round pick, a first, and then a first from 2024. So they move up in the draft. They give us their 9th and Grand Pierre. I don't think that'll go through. Trade rejected. We're going to have to keep on chipping away at this. I really wouldn't mind selecting here in the first round. So let's go ahead and add another second to this. So we're pretty much paying a first, a second, Zacharias, and Carlson in exchange for Grand Pierre and the 9th. Trade rejected. I don't think we're going to be able to keep this. Don't think we're going to be able to acquire another first with this. So let's go ahead and get that off. It's going to have to look like something like this. Carlson, Zacharias, a first and a second for Grand Pierre. Even then, I don't know if that's going to go through. Trade rejected. Holy crap. This is going to be really difficult because they don't want to get rid of Grand Pierre. Now, what if I added a third? Again, just chipping away at it. It's not sufficient at all. I'm giving up a lot here. I'm giving up a ton. So maybe Grand Pierre isn't the option. I mean, I really want it to be. Trust me, I really, really want it to be. But maybe it's just not working out. I really wish I could have spent a little bit more time on the St. Louis trade. I knew going into it I would have to offer up a ton, but it went so quickly. I offered them like 4 or 5 trades and they rejected them all. So I feel like I did my best there. I don't think anyone can be mad at me there, but look at Webb. Holy, he is looking good, and he's going to play alongside a Tarasenko and Robbie Fabry. Damn, St. Louis is set. So I'm just looking around here. What the hell do we do with this pick? Because you look at everyone available, and I knew going into this I wasn't interested in any of these defensemen, so I didn't even bother scouting any of them. I'm not interested whatsoever. The next best forward is going to be Don Kadri, and then we got Rocky Nickerson here, who is a two-way forward, but again, another winger. We don't really need wingers. So Petrell, he looks decent. He's got a similar style to Mike Gartner. He likes the goal scoring, which is good. He's a power forward, 6'2", 205. So we could drop to 10th. We could figure something out with maybe Carolina with their 10th pick, and they move up to 3 and they pick a defenseman. Now, the best center, unfortunately, is Vincent Jacques, or we got Rene Fortin here, who could be medium elite. Similar style to Mike Gartner. Okay. He's really weak on face-offs, which is fine. That can be worked on, but that could be something we could go look. 2 bars, medium elite. He's probably medium top 6. Still, it wouldn't be a bad pick, though, at 26. The thing is, I really want a centerman, and unfortunately, this draft is riddled with defensemen. So I'm trying to look at a trade. I'm trying to figure something out. Like, if we were to drop, we would drop, like, to back here, where I'd probably trade with LA or the Vegas Golden Knights, like something like that. I'd have to drop really, really far in the draft. But again, it's just that damn Ottawa curse. The one draft where we pick in the top 3, a bunch of defensemen. Great. So I think the best move for our team right now is to drop to 22, or maybe just drop to 20 just to play it safe, and either pick one of Rene Fortin, or we could pick Vincent Jacques. Both out of the queue. Either one, I don't know if they're going to be medium elite. This guy might have a higher ceiling. 18 years old, he's got a similar style to Mike Gartner, and then Vincent Jacques has a similar style to JVR. So he's a bit bigger, he's the two-way forward, and he's the playmaker. I might go after Rene, actually, because we kind of already have the two-way forward center with Logan Brown, and I mean, obviously I'm not saying he's going to get as good as Logan Brown, but if we could pick him, like maybe we can get him with our pick from Columbus. I mean, either way, we're going to have 2 late first-round picks. I think we can trade down, trade really, really down, get a bunch of assets, like maybe go to New Jersey or something, or like maybe go Florida even. or we could just completely play it safe and go with Winnipeg, and we'll see what we can get. Maybe some picks and prospects, because obviously we're going to be dropping way down in the draft, dropping 20 spots in the draft. But I mean, it's that damn Ottawa curse. The 1 year we tank properly, all defensemen in the draft. Unbelievable. Alright, so here we are, probably going to trade with the Philadelphia Flyers here. Now I'm shooting for a lot. I want the 24th, I want the 55th, I want a first from next year. I want this Yasu guy, who's actually pretty decent. He was a first round pick in 2020. He's 76 overall, so a pretty decent winger. That's kind of their better offensive prospect. And then we get Jody Clark, who's a third round pick. He's 19 years old, he's a playmaker. He's from Denmark, and he was playing over in the SHL last year. He's small, but he's a center, which we like. So this is a lot. I might have to take out Clark or maybe Yasu or maybe the second, because we do have another second for this year, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I got rid of the second. But here we are, making something work. I tried with a few other teams, but unfortunately they really didn't want our pick, or they didn't want to give up their first. So I thought this one would work. We get a ton of assets. Let's see if this will go through with the Philadelphia Flyers. Trade rejected. Okay, let's get rid of the second, all right? It's not the end of the world if I don't get a second. It's all good. Will that go through? Trade rejected. Come on. Okay, Clark, just give me Yasu and 2 firsts. Basically, I'm trading for a first and Yasu to move down 21 spots in the draft. Doesn't really seem worth it to me. Like, nothing really seems to make sense for this to work. Like, I've tried everything, and I only have 5 minutes left. I'm completely out of timeouts right now. I've never used this many timeouts ever. Like, if I go to Buffalo and trade for the 21st, like, they don't want our pick, and they don't want to, so they do want to give up their first, but they don't want our third, which is kind of stupid. So, like, what can I get from Buffalo here? I want a decent return. I don't want just a bunch of random players. Like, I want an additional first. I wouldn't mind getting another pick in this draft and a prospect. That's kind of what I want. I can part ways with one of the picks if I can get a decent prospect, like a center prospect, which is what I want. They have this guy, Forrest. Okay, wait, Desmond Forrest. Ooh, okay, hold on here. Desmond Forrest. I wouldn't mind getting Desmond Forrest. Ooh, okay, so he played in the AHL last year. He's not quite NHL ready. He could be, though. He's a center. Okay, I like this guy. I like Desmond Forrest, okay? Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen here. So let's just try for that. If that'll go through, great. That's a lot, but I can get rid of the second if need be. Now, they don't want the third, but we can see if this will go through. Trade rejected. That's fine. What if I offered you Carlson as well, which is a guy that's kind of extra on our team? I think he's a right winger. Yeah, there you go. So that's a decent amount of trade value. Will that go through for Buffalo? Trade accepted. On behalf of the Buffalo Sabres organization, I accept your trade offer, and we'll see you out on the ice. So we get a ton in that deal. We get a couple of firsts. We also stay in the first round, which I wanted. We get a really good prospect in Desmond, which I'll actually go look at real quick here, just to show you guys kind of what we got for that haul. That's pretty decent. I mean, he becomes one of our better centers. Desmond Forrest, obviously, he just dropped down from being traded. His trade value dropped a little bit, but he'll jump right back up. Welcome to Ottawa. So we get a former first round pick. We get another first, which we can select that center. We have 3 seconds, a third, 2 fourths, and then next year we have an additional first. Tell me I didn't do a good job there. I feel like we came out the winners in that trade. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your third. There you go. They picked Stafford, who's a 78 overall defensive defenseman, which is a guy we definitely do not need. A couple more medium elites here. All the defensemen in the world, of course, because, you know, the one draft that we tank properly. The next forward that's going to be taken is Kadri, and he's medium top 6. So really not really worth our time there. I think we did the right thing. It took a long time. It took me like, what's my recording at right now? 39 minutes. I don't know what time the video's at. Probably 15 minutes after I edit all this. But there you go. We're going to go ahead and pick our center with the Buffalo pick. I think we did great there. You know what? For what it's worth, I think we did pretty damn good. Obviously, our centers are all still available. That's good news. 66 overall, medium, top 6. Now it's our turn. 21st overall. All right, so you can see I definitely didn't do a fantastic job at scouting this year because I thought we were going to be in that top 3. But you know what? It is what it is. Do we go for Vincent Jacques, who's a two-way forward, 6'4", or do we go for Rene Fortin? Now, Rene Fortin had what? He had 55 points in 66 games. He's probably going back down to the queue. And then Jacques, he had 43 in 62. You know what? I said I wanted to go for Fortin anyways, so we're going to go ahead and select Fortin. There you go. Welcome to Ottawa. He's 64, medium, top 6. Okay, now what is Jacques? Medium elite sniper, winger sniper. Oh, Gallant. Oh, man. All right, that's fine. It's all good. We got the center. That's the guy that we wanted. Although that medium elite would have been nice. 65 overall. I'm looking to see where Jacques going to go. 65 medium top 6. 64 medium top 6. It's a toss-up. Jacques went to Philly. Damn, that medium elite sniper, though. Ooh, that could have been a good pick. All right, well, you know what? We do have another first-round pick in this draft as well, so let's see who else we missed out on. But that haul we got from the Buffalo Sabres, I think that's a huge win in my book. Huge, huge W. A bunch of defensemen going here. We also have 3 second-round picks, so we got a lot of drafting to do in this video. A lot of draft. McTaggart, what a name. Brad McTaggart. He's a two-way forward, 18 years old, out of Windsor, 41 points in 63 games. Or we can go with a defenseman. I mean, again, picking another defenseman. Edward Odell looks pretty damn good. Obviously, that scouting is not legit at all. Don't worry about that. Lionel Parent. We can go a few ways here. We can go with a winger. We got Burmistrov, Alexander Burmistrov. Not the Alexander Burmistrov that was drafted by Arizona in the top 10. We got another one here from Russia. I don't know what he is, though. He doesn't have much information on him. So we can go with the Finn, who's a medium top 9. Or we can go with Burmistrov. You know, let's pick the Russian. Let's pick a Russian winger. There you go. Let's see what he's looking like here. He is 62 overall, medium top 9. Not bad. Not bad. I'll take a Russian. There you go. Now we have a bunch of seconds, okay? A ton of seconds. So there was another guy there, 63 overall, medium top 9. So either way, again, it's a toss-up. You're arguing over 1 overall. Now we have the next pick here. I wouldn't mind going after some gems as well. So we're going to have a look with all these guys. There's a few of them in the second round that I might go ahead and have a look at. We're going to go ahead and probably pick them with our next pick. Because what are we at? We're at 30 here. So the next gem is going to be way down here. It probably could be our next pick, actually. It's probably going to be a Finnish defenseman, one of them, because our scout seems to think that they're gems, so that's good news. But as of right now, I think we're going to go with another centerman. I don't want a grinder. I think we're going to go with Toby May here, who's a sniper, 6'3" centerman. Perfect. Welcome to Ottawa, Toby May, out of Medicine Hat in the Western Hockey League. 60 overall, medium top 9. It's okay. It's okay. It's not great. Odell was 62, medium top 6. Taggart there was medium top 9, medium top 9. Okay, so you know what? Not a terrible pick. I hope there's no medium elite guys hanging out here, though, that we missed out on. Paris was 65, medium elite, so Paris might have been a better pick than May. Oh no, the comments are gonna rip me apart here. Okay, so they took the other gem. Okay, so hold on here. Looks like he went right here. So Latinen, was that guy? Was that the other Finn? Yeah, so they took him. He was 62 overall, medium top 4. So those gems, you got to hop on that right away. We're going to go ahead and pick Antti Mäkinen, who is a two-way defenseman, 17 years old, so he could be a few years away, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and pick a defenseman. There you go, and he's medium top 4, 62 overall. So he's the exact same thing as Latinen. Mäkinen and Latinen, there you go. Not bad, not bad. I'll take that. Gotta listen to our scouts. That's pretty good. Now our next pick is at 31, so we have the 31st pick in the second round. Now we can go with a few other things here. I might listen to my scouts if there's any gems hanging out. Okay, the next gem is like way down here, so that's a bust. We definitely want to stay away from Elijah Sexsmith. Get out of here. We don't want anything to do with you. All right, we got 30 seconds left here, and I think I'm going to go with another center in the last pick of the second round, going to be Jared Lewis. There's a few other decent players out here, but we don't really need any more wingers, and I want to stock up on players down the middle. So Jared Lewis, welcome to the squad. Let's see what he's looking like. In the second round, we picked May, which was a center, which was kind of nice. We picked that medium top 4 defenseman, which could be the steal of the draft, and then we also picked 61 overall low top 6. So it's not terrible. It's not terrible. There's another one that we missed out on, 62. So either way, they're all pretty much going to be the exact same. So our scout has Maximus Langenbrunner way up. He has him at 57. Now we're at 64, so maybe let's listen to our scout here with another defenseman. Langenbrunner, he's low top 4, 62. So again, this whole draft is kind of like Obviously, I'm really pumped on the trade with the Buffalo Sabres. Here's kind of what we missed out on. Nothing super crazy. A bunch of medium top 9s. That's pretty good PRV. They get another PRV. No medium elites or anything, though. No super high overalls. No franchise guys. Nothing crazy. So could be a bit of a weak draft here. But with our 4th round selection, wouldn't mind picking a goal. Ooh, was that a medium elite from Vegas? Was that what I just saw? Medium elite from Vegas? Yeah, medium elite defenseman in the 4th round. Damn. Nice. Good job, Vegas. Ezra Spezza. What a name. I think we're going to go with this guy. Our scout has him at 89, and we're currently at 101. So again, let's listen to our scout here, and soon we're going to start picking those gems. So there's another centerman, medium bottom 6, 59 overall. At this point in the draft, anything like 62 or 63 plus, you're laughing. That's a hell of a pick. But I don't think we missed out on anything crazy. Medium top 6 offensive defenseman lack. Oh no, a medium elite center. God damn. So I think we're going to go ahead and pick our first goalie here, which is going to be Cade Scott out of Mississauga in the Ontario Hockey League. Only played 1 game this year. He's 17 years old. Let's go here, pick Cade Scott. What's he looking like? He is medium fringe starter. Again, just another It's kind of the theme of this draft. And that's it for the NHL entry draft, because we had no 6th and no 7th. So Fortin, Burmistrov, May, Makinen, Lewis, Langenbrunner, Spezza, and Scott. Those are your selections. Let's have a quick look at them here. And I think out of the draft, I'd probably give myself a rating, let's say 7 out of 10, but the trade I think was like a 9 out of 10. I think we cleaned up there, got a lot of assets for next year. I'm pretty happy with that. Plus we got a pretty decent center who was a former top 20 pick. I'm pretty pumped on that. I think that was a pretty good move. So here's everyone that we drafted and all of our prospects that we have to sign. Pretty decent. I mean, again, our draft was questionable, but I like this Makinen pick a lot. I think that was really good. He was one of the gems, obviously. And then we got Toby May, and we got a few other guys here who are pretty good, but Fortin's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that pick at 21. And then, obviously, the other one there, we got Burmistrov was our other first-round pick, 30th overall. So we got a couple offensive guys there. Also picked a few defensemen like Langenbrunner here, Maximilius Langenbrunner. And then as for tendies, we only picked the one, which was Scott there. So I don't think we have a crazy re-sign stage, actually. We have to re-sign Hurdle, Radish, Kachuk, Gerard, so a few different players, but let's do this together. Here we go. Release Bobby Ryan. Oh, everyone can breathe now. Thank God. So in this video, I want to get the re-sign stage done. I'd like to go ahead and re-sign everyone, go right up to free agency and see what's out there regarding free agency. So first things first, Taylor Radish, let's lock this guy up. 5.3 for 5 years. That seems like a pretty decent contract. He'll probably accept that. What if I just go 5 years at $5 million? There you go. That's a pretty decent contract for a 24-year-old kid. That's a lot of money. Brady Kachuk, he wants 3.2 for 2 years. That seems like a low amount. Let's go 5 years at 3.5. That seems like a really good deal. Thanks very much, Brady. Gerard, we'll go ahead and sign him as well. 6 years. years at 4.875. Damn. It's a lot of money, but he is a decent top 4 guy. He could probably pan out to be a pretty good 30, 35 point guy for us. He's still 24 years old, so he's relatively young, but let's go ahead and lock him up as well. 4.8's a lot. That's a lot of money. I was thinking more something like 4.5 for 3 years kind of deal. Just kind of see what your potential is. I don't want to have you at 28 years old and you're still 83 overall. You got to think of it from both sides here. Schlappik, go ahead and qualify offer. All these guys I'll go ahead and worry about, and then we will have a look at the Thomas Hertl contract. We're actually going to say goodbye to Korpisalo. That entire Korpisalo trade was just a disaster because we're going to have Gustafsson as our backup for next year behind Jake Allen. So everyone is temporarily signed. I have to see if they accept, and then we'll see how much money we got, and then we'll worry about the Thomas Hertl thing. So everyone should be good to go. Gergensen says no. Okay, interesting. Gerard says yes. I'm happy with that 3-year deal. Tkachuk said no. I think that'll be easy to get. I think that'll be easy to get done, though. Bunch of rookies and then pretty much no one else. So Taylor Radish also said no to that deal. So we got to work on a few players here. So we got $41 million to work with here. So he wants 5.3 for 5 years. I'm not going to worry about $300,000. There you go. Go buy yourself a nice car. As for Brady Tkachuk, again, he only seems to want a 2-year deal. I want more of like a 3, 4, 5-year deal. How about 3.9 for 4, all right? So you gain 2 years on your deal, but you also gain an extra couple $100,000. And then I think that's it. So Radish and Tkachuk, and then Thomas Hertl, we're obviously going to bring him back for another year, but I kind of only want him for 1 or 2 more years. So I'd be interested at like a 2-year deal at like 5.5. Let's see if he'll go with that. So Brady Tkachuk said yes. All it took is that little extra bit of money. Thomas Hertl said no, and Radish said yes. So Hertl's the only one that we got to worry about. $5 million for 4 years, that's fine. Let's go ahead and just give him pretty much exactly what he wants. Make it a nice even number, $5 million. I like Thomas Hertl. He's been really good for us. Oh, he says no. Okay. See if we can give him exactly what Taylor Radish wants at 5.3. Make that an even contract. They both play on the exact same line, so why not? Make it easy. No. Okay, so he's not interested. Okay, interesting. We could revisit this in free agency. All right, 5.5 for 4 years. Let's try that. And if that doesn't work out, I'll probably wait to see what's in free agency for second-line centers. Hertl still said no. Damn. That sucks. I really want to hang on to Thomas Hertl, but at $5.5 million for a second liner, I mean, that's pretty much what they're going for. I mean, I see what you're saying. He did have close to 60 points this year. I mean, 5.6 for 4 years, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of dough. I think everyone else is good to go. The only players I don't have signed are like some rookies that I want to just let go. Gergensen's, I think, is going to be replaced with Batherson for next year, so we can let go of my go-to man, Zygmus Gergensen's. It's all good. Don't worry about that. So let's see if Hertl will sign. Rejected. He said no. All right, so Batherson's going to take his spot, but don't worry because we have a few things to look at in free agency here. We could either go after Thomas Hertl or let's see if there's any decent players in free agency. Holy, what a free agent pool. Oh my god. Forsberg, Goudreau. Ooh, Seth Jones is in free agency. Oh my god, what a free agent pool. Holy crap. Evgeny Malkin as well. Damn. Julius Honka, there is a... Ooh, I could get Evgeny Malkin for the second line. Ooh, that veteran presence though. The veteran presence to really teach guys like Brady Tkachuk and Taylor Radish on how to be pros. Oh, okay. Nikolai Goldobin's 86 overall, apparently. Okay. So for centers, holy crap, this is a deep free agent pool. So Thomas Hertl's like the 5th best center out there. We could go with Thomas Hertl, or we can go with a guy like Nazem Kadri, or we could go with Evgeny Malkin for a 1-year deal, give him like $6 million. Or we can go back to Thomas Hertl, but I think Geno Malkin might be kind of fun to bring onto the squad. Or a guy like Sean Couturier. He's more fitted for like the first line. Same thing with Vinny Trocheck. Jake Gensel as well, but for some reason, Jake Gensel never seems to simulate that well. 20 and 20 is not bad, almost a 50-point guy, but for the money he's asking, 5.3, I'd rather get Thomas Hertl, who we know is easily a 50-plus point guy. So I'd still like to get Thomas Hertl back, but should we go after Geno Malkin or Jake Gensel? Or even a guy like Derek Brassard? There's a lot of really good centers this year. A lot of really good free agents, holy. Now, I think we would be stupid not to go after one. Oh my god, Colton Parayko is in free agency. The guy that we tried to trade for. Okay. All right, so I think it'd be stupid not to go after Seth Jones. Why are we not going to offer him a contract? Or Colton Parayko or Rasmus Ristolainen. Either one of them. Now, did I see Mark Stone? I did. So Detroit gave up Anthony Mantha for Mark Stone, and they're letting him walk. Oh my god, what a bad trade. What a deep free agent pool. Oh my god. Derek Pouliot, Oli Mata, Chris Tanev, Cody Ceci, a bunch of former Ottawa Senators out there. There's so many good players. Nick Bjugstad, oh my god. Mark Pysyk, Nick Ritchie, holy. Okay, so here's a look at all the free agents. Should we go after anyone? We have, what, $33 million to work with, so I feel like not spending any money in free agency would be stupid. Let's build through free agency a little bit here. Any good goalies? Oh yeah, you know, just Matt Murray. Oh my god, who wants $11 million? Oh my god, and did I see that right? Philip Forsberg wants 14 mil. Oh my god, are you serious? Philip Forsberg, I mean, he did have a 50-goal year, so he's looking to cash in. Oh my god. Johnny Gaudreau as well wants well over $11 million for 71 points. $14 million for Philip Forsberg. I'm interested to see who's going to want to sign him. Columbus and New York, they seem to be interested. So for Evgeny Malkin, now I think that'd be fun to bring Geno into a young team. This guy has Stanley Cup experience. Why not, right? Or we go after like Sean Couturier, who's probably more fitted for the first line. I don't know. Maybe Sean Couturier could be a decent guy on the second line. Who knows? I think Evgeny Malkin is a bit more flashy. But I think we'd be stupid not to offer one of these two guys a contract. Now, who is it going to be? Rasmus Ristolainen or Seth Jones or Colton Parayko? Let me know in the comments. I want to get this video out ASAP because there's a lot to go over. We got the draft, we got the Buffalo trade, we got this insane free agency pool. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll try to get as much as your input as I can, and then we'll continue on with GM Week.